I'm going to talk about how to make sure you pick the right dating coach or pickup artist coach if that's what you want to go for, and make sure you don't get screwed over with just confusing advice by making some common mistakes. We're going to keep this very concise and effective, and let's get started. So first, the biggest mistake you want to avoid is having multiple coaches at the same time with different philosophies. That can really confuse you. There's a lot of contradictory advice out there. For example, one coach told me you got to square up with the girl, like show intent, shoulder to shoulder, face her when you're talking to her. Another coach says you want your dick energy away and point it away from her, and you don't want to square up. Why does he say this? Because he's more about the long game, the social circle game, about attracting high quality, very attractive 9-10s. And for those type of girls, you don't want to square up because you're giving way too much interest when you first meet them. And it's more about building a friendship first. So it's completely contradictory advice, and this happens all the time. So having multiple coaches can be an issue. Even having multiple coaches within the same program. I've had this happen before where there's one coach and then that program has like multiple coaches within it that you can book calls with. And then they even have like in-person boot camp stuff. And those are with different coaches they hire. And so even though it's under the same umbrella company or brand, they're giving different advice. Some of it's pickup artist stuff, some of it's not, and it gets very confusing. And so if you don't want to just mess around, then don't do that stuff. So this is really geared towards the guy who's trying to get better and wants to skip out on wasting thousands upon thousands and upon thousands of dollars, as I have, trying out different programs and stuff and seeing what works, seeing what doesn't, giving the full effort and just still not seeing the results. If you want to skip that, the next tip is how to choose the right coach. And I'm just going to give one big tip to keep this video short, because I know your attention spans are crazy short on social media. But the big tip is don't choose a coach based off how many followers or views they get. Choose a coach based on if they have a lot of testimonials, getting people from before to after, especially people in your shoes at the before, and the after is where you want to go and your dream life. If they don't have what you have and they haven't helped people get what you want, then it's not the best coach out there that you can choose. A lot of people make the mistake that just because they have a lot of followers or views means something. It just means that they're good at marketing and making videos that get people's attentions and entertains them and keeps their attention time. That doesn't mean they're necessarily good with girls. And anyone these days can just flip on a camera and then talk to you for a long time as an expert without giving any proof. So that's why I think a lot of people get burned, and in this industry they just kind of hide the disgruntled people and then just show the good testimonials. A lot of the people who don't get success in the program, like, they have no platform to speak about it, so their voices just disappear. The next thing related to this is how I particularly worded it. Got people from where you are to where you want to get to. Guys, I've done it all. I've hired life coaches. I've hired people who have literally told me, oh, I don't have the testimonials, but just take a leap of faith with me. And there's always something they can say to defend themselves if they don't have the testimonials. But I think this is a lot of BS. It's a lot of just covering up for the fact that they suck. And I've taken that leap of faith. I've gone to them and I've been like, okay, let's take the leap of faith. I know you have 0 testimonials, but let's see what happens. And they'll say it in a way, the students may even say it in a way where it's like, yeah, let's do it. let's take that leap of faith. Sometimes, and they're always good at psychology and framing, and they'll frame it like, man, you just don't have what it takes. Why don't you just take the leap of faith? But like, why don't you have testimonials flowing out your ass? Why don't you have 5 testimonials? You have 0? So there's that. And then there's people who have a lot of success themselves, but they aren't good at transferring that success to their students. Just because this guy succeeded, does that mean he'll succeed with you? If this guy has all these muscles and tattoos and he's white, and you're like a skinny, nerdy Asian guy with a completely different upbringing and background, you really think he can teach you? So another thing is like looking for testimonies of not just his own success, but people he's helped, and not just one, but many, get to where they want to get to. And then, of course, the last thing is really analyze these testimonials. Some of the time after the boot camp, when they're feeling the best, they'll sit them down and, get them to say all these good things. But then what you don't know is that like 2 weeks, 1 month, 1 year afterwards, when I follow up with these classmates, they're still in the same boat. They've regressed back to their old habits, and they say it wasn't worth it. Now, I'm not saying that's everyone. Some coaches are great. Some boot camps are beneficial. Some students do tell me they do love it, and it is great. So there is pros and cons. There is some benefit. This is not the video for the people who would never buy any of this and just wants to moan and complain and be the cheapskate that never invests in themselves. This video is for the people who actually do want to invest in themselves, and they want to do it more efficiently, so that, particularly if they're not overwhelmingly wealthy, or even if they are, they want to get the most optimal return on investment based on all the advice that has been given to them. So if you need more advice, feel free to reach out to me. If you're serious about a program, I can recommend, or I could just make another video if you leave a comment about video requests. Keep it positive, and I'll leave a link down in the description for any programs that I thought were worth the price. There is an affiliate link, so I will get a small commission if you purchase through my link, but that's not why I'm doing it. I just wanted to help out and kind of save people a lot of the pain and wasted effort and time. I'm not rich, so I just want to save people's time, and it's tough when you're spending so much years and money and effort and you're not seeing the results. So that's why you really need to improve. When this is money, these programs charge such a tremendously large amount. It's life-changing money, or a significant amount for many people, so you got to make it worth it.